introduced to the crowd. Let's let you look at who's starting the game. First of all, for UT-Chattanooga, we go to the Northside Hospital starting lineups. First for UTC, 13-3 overall, 7-1 in the conference. Chad Copeland at 21 points a game. At a guard, Lamont Woods gets to the start. We talked about him at the top. Brandon Bourne at a forward at 6'8". Also getting a start, Gary Robb. For the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State, Robert Doggett at a guard along with Corey Johnson, Trezell Silvers, Darrell Jones, and Tony Patterson at 6'9" up front. Jeff Herman, who is from Chattanooga, really looking forward to this game, missed a team meeting, a breakfast meeting on Tuesday. As you look at head coach Alan LaForce, the Buccaneers, he won't start, but I assume Ron Bishop will play before it's over.
I'll imagine you'll see him in the game, Randy, in the first half, although, you know, sometimes these disciplinary problems, you never know what a coach might be thinking. But I know that Jeff Herman was really looking forward to this game tonight against the Moccasins.
UTC, as we told you, without the services of their big 6'10" center, Roger Smith, who really was having a great year. And that really adds a different look to this UTC team. East Tennessee State with Tony Patterson, who's coming off two of his best games of his career, including 32 points a couple of weeks ago.
And last year, Randy, Tony Patterson had his very best game of the season against the Moccasins. And with the injury to Smith, he could be a big factor. We look for him to have a good game tonight.
Tony Patterson standing 6'9". Brandon Bourne, the junior from Ringgold, Georgia, at 6'8", Ron Bishop's hometown. Jumping at center. Mike Woods, your referee, will make the toss, and we're underway in what should be a good one. The Mocs get it. Gary Robb, who runs the point at 6'5", about 220. He looks like a linebacker and could probably play there.
He's a very athletic point guard, and East Tennessee State, Randy, opening up in that real strong man-to-man defense.
Bourne, little turnaround. It's short. Patterson lost it. Mario Henson misses. It won't go. Chased down by Lamont Woods. UTC gets two cracks at it. They whip it around the perimeter. Bourne for three.
Well, I tell you, that kid right there can really shoot it. He's a great offensive player. He averages from that particular spot 55% from the three-point circle. They got to spot up him.
Inside, Tony Patterson from Trezell Silvers made it look easy. It's a 3-2 ball game.
We said Tony Patterson has to have a good game for Alan LaForce's team. And on the other end, Randy, we're seeing early, Chattanooga is pounding the boards, and East Tennessee State has got to neutralize them on the glass.
Chad Copeland running one-hander, too hard. Trezell Silvers with a rebound. East Tennessee can take the lead, and Trezell pushes it up the floor. Again, they tried to go inside to Patterson. This time the pass was high and picked off by Chad Copeland.
Almost see a little early game scenario with East Tennessee State saying they're going to go inside to Patterson.
Mario Hansen misses the three. Corey Johnson taps it to Doggett. The Bucks run with it. 3-on-3. Doggett.
Nice.
Darrell Jones, reverse layup, won't go. Robb with a rebound.
Got to finish on the break. They want to get the game into a 94-foot game, but they got to finish on those breaks.
Big numbers for East Tennessee. Corey Johnson with a layup, and the Bucks have their first lead at 4-3.
Well, that's the way to finish. You know, they did a great job on the defensive end creating turnover, and that's what the Buccaneers want to do, Randy. They want to put a lot of defensive pressure because they really think that Chattanooga is just a half-court team.
Robb all the way. Too hard. Contested at the last minute by Patterson, and Corey Johnson comes out of there with it. Doggett lost it. Another turnover, and UTC gets it back down by one.
Referees look like they're going to let them play. You know, I haven't heard a whistle yet in this game.
Lamont Woods, right side, gets it to Hansen, guarded by Trezell Silvers. You can see who UTC, or rather East Tennessee, respects most, putting their best defensive player on Trezell Silvers. That's Mario Hansen. Lamont Woods gets the jumper for the Mocs, and they regain the lead. Patterson with a sweet touch off the glass.
He really did a nice job just beating the Moccasins back and got really nice setup on the block.
Hansen, nice ball movement by UTC, and we've had 4 lead changes in this game. We haven't even played 3 minutes yet.
It's going to be a track meet. They're just both determined to get the ball up and down the floor. Do you see the pattern though, Randy? It's like Chattanooga saying, "Hey, we're gonna play with you," but East Tennessee State saying, "We're gonna push the ball up and down the court. We're gonna try to get into Patterson on the block."
Tony Patterson gets called for the foul. Let's take another look at it.
I believe he pushed off. Let's see. I'm not sure if I saw a foul there, but after saying that the officials were going to let him play, and you see Darrell Jones sitting down there next to John Shulman.
One thing that Alan LaForce hopes is Tony Patterson does not get into foul trouble, because if he does, they may be in a little bit of trouble. He can't help you when he's on the bench. Hansen blew the layup. Patterson got the rebound. Quickly out to Corey Johnson, and he threw it away.
That's a freshman mistake, but again, they're really happy with him on the bench because that's what their pregame plans are. They want to push the ball up and down the floor. Chattanooga has really struggled lately, Randy. In all of their conference games, they've had to almost come from behind. And the man handling the ball right now, Chad Copeland, had to hit a three-point shot at the buzzer against the Citadel to force an overtime.
A three by Chad Copeland, and the Mocs go back up by 4 at 10-6, their biggest lead.
Two really dangerous threats the Moccasins have, Chad Copeland and also Brandon Bourne from the three-point circle.
2 3-pointers now for UT Chattanooga in the ball game. Trezell Silvers, they go down low to Patterson. It's easy to see what East Tennessee wants to do in their half-court offense.
Hey, you don't have to get paid to be able to tell what they're trying to do. I mean, it's obvious that they're really getting the ball into Patterson.
Robert Doggett really dogging Gary Robb. Copeland spinning, shooting, and hitting. What a shot by Copeland, who's got 5.
Chad Copeland, whose brother played football here at East Tennessee State.
Tony Patterson almost had the dunk come out on him, but it stayed down, and it's a 2-point game at 12-10.
You know, another factor with this game being a track meet right now is we're gonna have to watch Tony Patterson just to see how his stamina holds up, because they're definitely getting him the ball inside.
Robb got the layup. Phil Powell in the ball game for East Tennessee State. He was guarding Robb, and he just got breezed past him, got to the bucket.
I guess what I'm saying is when Patterson has to come out, it's going to be interesting to see what the strategy will be for the Buccaneers.
Foul on Brandon Bourne will give Tony Patterson 2 shots at it at the free throw line. And Patterson, who is not a good foul shooter, hits about 46%. Will be there for 2.
You're going to see, again, they come down the floor in a half-court game, and Brandon Bourne just reaches in on Tony Patterson, but every trip down, Patterson handles the ball. And that's really, it's uncharacteristic of a Buccaneer team. In the past, it was more of a perimeter-oriented team, but tonight, without Roger Smith, the big 6'10 player in there, it's almost like Alan LaForce says, we're going to get it into Patterson, who had his best game last year against these Moccasins.
Patterson misses. Ball kept alive, saved by Trezell Silvers.
Good drive.
Got it.
Great drive. I'll tell you, he handled that as good as he handled those video games I saw him the first time up in Boone, North Carolina.
East Tennessee State trailing by 1. Mocs with the ball. Copeland has 5 already. Brandon Bourne weaving to the lane, got it to the hole and scored. Brandon Bourne is another one of those folks you cannot let have anything at all.
Well, he's a scorer and really a great offensive player.
Doggett breezes past the line and got the layup.
Doggett got away with a little extra step right there. The officials let him have it, and he went right to the hole. There was actually no help from Chattanooga. He just blew by 3 people. Chattanooga's really struggling defensively. They don't really have a stopper on the defensive end.
Shaheed Perkins in the ball game for East Tennessee. Rodney Woods with a left-hand turnaround. Nice shot. Woods has got 4. Good balance for UTC, and the Mocs continue to maintain that lead of 3 points.
This game is going to be in the hundreds quickly.
Perkins with a fake. Doggett for 3. Bang! He got it.
That's what they have to have. Just think about the strategy now. As long as you hit the perimeter shot, that's going to really open up the middle for Patterson.
Timeout on the floor. 13:57 to go first half. We're all tied at 18, and we'll be right back. 18-18. We're tied. Memorial Center. We have 13:57 to go here in the first half. Been every bit as exciting as we thought it would be so far. UTC with the ball after the 3 by Robert Doggett tied it.
And Randy, right now you have Tony Patterson who's taking a break. That's a pretty good break.
Chad Copeland all the way in and got it.
Actually, Tony's sitting down out of that timeout, and that's a pretty good substitution right there because it gives him a little extra rest with the timeout included.
Baseline, Trezell Silvers got it. We're tied again at 20.
Tony Patterson sits on the bench, but the strategy remains the same. Now it's Trezell Silvers on the block, and, you know, really, it's really a little surprise. But if they can hit the three-pointer, it's really going to be a wide-open game on both ends for them.
UTC moving the ball. The steal by Darrell Jones, who stripped Brandon Bourne of that basketball. Bucks can take the lead if they hit.
Darrell, look at Darrell run the floor.
Trezell Silvers misses. Kept alive by Jones. He misses inside. Rebound goes to Lamont Woods for UTC.
Didn't really have his feet set right there, and you know, with him playing on the point right now, on the block, you got a pretty good lineup. And look at Trezell Silvers. There's your defensive man.
Tim Whitlock in the game, and he answers with a big jumper. Tim Whitlock, who is a freshman, or a junior rather, from Madison, Georgia. Almost a steal. Perkins saved it. Mocs by 2 with 12 and a half minutes to go first half.
Chattanooga now in a 2-3 zone.
Inside, the easy one by Trezell Silvers.
The reason why it was so easy was because of the dribble penetration. Against the zone, if you can penetrate the seams, then you can find those men on the blocks open because the defense has to come from the bottom and try to force you to pick it up.
UTC has had offensive production from a lot of different people in this ball game. Chad Copeland off balance. He's fouled by Shaheed Perkins, and Copeland will get 2 shots.
I'll tell you one thing that you really got to watch is when Chad Copeland has the ball and he gets fouled, it's almost like 2 points. You're going to see Copeland does a great job drawing fouls. He almost, you know, leans in a little bit, but Copeland does a very good job getting to the free throw line where he hits 91.7%. To show how much confidence they have in Chad Copeland, we're early in the game, first half, and there's no moccasin on the line. They just don't even get on the lane.
If Chad Copeland had stayed at Florida State, where he played his first couple of years, he was probably going to be the starting point guard until Charlie Ward got there, right?
Well, you had a point guard last year that, you know, Sam Cassell, who is now playing the NBA, he really did have some people in front of him. But, you know, here's an interesting thing. He wanted to come to East Tennessee State out of high school, and he was destined to come here. His brother played football here. Les Robinson had him recruited, but Pat Kennedy came to see him play, and when he did, he signed him at Florida State.
A rare miss for Chad Copeland. 1 out of 2. It's a 1-point moccasin lead. The Bucks can take the lead if they hit.
Chattanooga still in that zone.
Doggett. Faked the 3. Thought about it. Trezell Silvers in trouble in the lane, and he got the jumper. The Bucks have regained the lead.
Buccaneers doing a very good job probing that zone, moving the ball, but still committed to getting the jumper inside the 15-foot mark.
Brandon Bourne on the corner. Down low, Whitlock with a nice fake. Tim Whitlock. The 6'8 juniors come in and hit 2 out of 2, and the Mocs have taken the lead back. 6 lead changes, 3 ties in the game, and we're 9 minutes into it. Out of bounds, off the hands of East Tennessee State. And we have another timeout. 11:04 to be played in the first half. UTC with a 1-point lead at 25-24. That's another trivia question. That's for another night.
Here's another trivia question. Which 2 teams in the league have the most players right now in the NBA?
Tell us.
East Tennessee State has Mr. Jennings with Golden State, and UT Chattanooga has Gerald Wilkins with Cleveland.
Right. The other 4 Southern Conference titles, 3 by Marshall, 1 by Davidson. What a lob inside from Phil Powell to Tony Patterson, and the Bucks have regained the lead again by 1.
I'm telling you, they're going to make sure every trip down that Tony Patterson gets his hands on the basketball. They really did a good job on that out-of-bounds play.
East Tennessee at 4-2 in the league. only a game out in the first place in the loss column, but 2.5 out as Gary Robb answers for UTC in the win column.
You see Gary Robb posting up down low right now because I think that's more of a natural position for him as opposed to point guard. The best point guard, maybe one of the best in the league, is Chad Copeland, though he plays 2 guard for Chattanooga.
Patterson had it deflected, saved by Trezell Silvers. Phil Powell in the lane. Missed the shot. Patterson tipped it. Kept alive. Shaheed Perkins didn't get it.
Oh,
but
wow.
an offensive foul against East Tennessee.
The Buccaneers did a really fine job that time just keeping the ball alive. They had several chances, just couldn't finish. You're going to see the ball is kept alive. Let's see if we get the offensive call. I don't know. You know, really, that's the kind of play right there. I just think, you know, you just go ahead and just let them play. There's not a whole lot of damage done right there.
You mentioned Mr. Jennings a moment ago. How's he doing? I know he had a knee injury last year.
Well, you know, he was playing pretty good in spots, but, you know, some of the Warriors have come back now, and, you know, the frontline players are playing, so he's not getting the kind of minutes he got early in the season.
Bourne for 3. Too hard. Long rebound control by Doggett. Here comes East Tennessee, trailing by 1. Oh, what a move by Silvers!
Yes.
Oh, my!
He can not only play the defense, but he says, look at this little 360. He did a great job taking it coast to coast all the way and was able to finish, which is something that the Buccaneers have not been able to do on the break earlier.
There's the lob from Robb to Bourne. It's out of bounds to East Tennessee State. Bucks will come up the floor with a 1-point lead.
Allen looking a little concerned right there, but I tell you, sometimes when you got a player that's playing, you know, without a whole lot of confidence, and I don't think Gary Robb plays with a lot of confidence at the point guard position, which is where he's been playing this year, but that time he should have gone to the wing in order to get it on the block.
This UTC team played very well early. There are only 2 non-conference losses coming on the road at Purdue and Michigan. Doggett misses the 3, saved out of bounds, touched last by UTC. They say East Tennessee will play it in.
Randy, assistant coach John Gibson told me earlier, as you see Mac McCarthy there, he told me, he said, we might have played too good early in the season, and now we're really just playing well enough to win games.
Here it is to Patterson. He got it again. Tony Patterson with a great half for East Tennessee State, and the Bucks have a 3-point lead.
Tony Patterson must love playing against Chattanooga because he really is very confident right now in his shooting ability.
Patrick Henderson in the game for UTC. Bourne with a reverse layup. Pretty play by Brandon Bourne.
Using the backboard that time to shield the defensive player. That's a really good play because Brandon Bourne played guard in high school. Ooh!
Back door. Bill Powell from Trezell Silvers. And Powell with authority. Robb to Bourne for 3. Bang! We're tied at 32. What a game.
I don't know if either one of these teams can play defense. We talk about Chattanooga need to play with defensive intensity. Both these teams are really doing a fine job on their offensive end of the court.
In the corner, Silvers comes out of there with it. Patterson from 15.
Oh.
He hit it again. Tony Patterson's hitting from everywhere tonight for the Buccaneers.
Good job just moving it to the right side, and then they find Patterson on the elbow on the left side, and he says, I may as well shoot a 15-footer as opposed to shooting the little 4-footer from the block.
Chad Copeland with the ball out front, guarded by Robert Doggett, the junior transfer from Wake Forest for the Buccaneers. There's Gary Robb, and we talked about he was struggling, or that fact that he was struggling. He was a preseason player of the year in the conference, as Henderson is rejected by Justin McClellan. Doggett, no. Out of bounds, it'll belong to UTC. And we have a timeout. 7 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the first half. East Tennessee has a 2-point lead, and the Mocs have the ball when we come back.
You're going to see a real good job right here, Randy, when you play high school and at a guard position and then grow a little bit and get to be about 6'8" and get to college. Here's what you're able to do. Brandon Bourne is posting up down low. He's 6'8" now. He's not very big, but look how he shields himself by taking it underneath, using the backboard to shield off the defender.
There's a good shot of Brandon Bourne, whose older brother Jerry played at Davidson, was an all-conference forward. In fact, hit a shot as we look at your field goal percentages. UTC burning it up from three-point lane, but they trail by 2. Jerry Bourne hit a shot at the buzzer to win the '86 tournament over UTC at about a 35-footer. In Mac McCarthy's first season, the Mocs had won the regular season, but Davidson won the tournament. Here's Bourne in the lane, bothered from behind, foul from behind by East Tennessee State.
Well, the fans want a charge right there. Brandon Bourne in a specially designed play out of the timeout. You're going to see Chad Copeland get to Bourne in a little curl right there. Bourne goes in, and that's the situation where I think that should be really a no call right there, and it happened on the other end, as we alluded to a few minutes ago, and it was a charge. But Brandon Bourne is another one of those moccasins who can shoot the free throws very well.
Bourne with the first of 2, and if he hits this one, we'll be tied for the 5th time. We've already had 9 lead changes in this game, and we still have 7:21 to go in the first half. And he does. 5 ties, 9 times the lead has changed hands in this first half. We're tied at 34. Justin McClellan penetrates off the one hand, no good. Rebound UTC's Woods.
Now, that wasn't a very good shot on that trip down. I think it needed to be a little more patient against that zone defense that Chattanooga's employing.
A 3 by John Oliver, the freshman. And a good-looking freshman he is. He nailed an NBA 3 right there, and the Mocs have regained the lead. 3 by Doggett misses. Trezell Silvers with a rebound. It's short. And there's the foul against UTC.
Whoa, I'm telling you, listen, Trezell Silvers just really did a job of talking to his teammate right there. He really nailed Junior Floyd. As you're going to see, the shot inside Trezell was a little short with the shot because someone flipped his wrist.
Floyd comes out quickly, too.
Tell you what, Trezell was responsible for that substitution because he was really upset at the shot that Floyd took.
Well, Trezell is the senior on this basketball team that Alan LaForce looks to for leadership, and this team was not showing that early.
Well, you know, the leadership on the team has been a real factor this year. It's probably the difference. They haven't had the kind of leadership they have in the past. You think about all the great guards and the senior leadership of the past, and they really haven't had that leadership. But you take Silvers as a great kid, and he's a good player, but he's not the kind of outspoken leader that you need to run a club.
Phil Powell missed the follow. UTC has the ball and a 3-point lead.
And Darrell Jones really is another one of those quiet players that doesn't, provide that kind of leadership either.
And Tim Whitlock has a contact lens problem, or no, may have a cut. I believe he does, has a cut, so he'll have to come out. Mario Hansen back in the ball game now for UT Chattanooga. On a nosebleed. Somebody popped him pretty good a moment ago. Might have been Trezell Silvers on that foul a moment ago. 3-point lead for the Mocs. They are in the front court now with 6:26 to go in the first half. Mario Hansen, the transfer. It's a junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Bourne stripped of the ball, saves it. Hansen's open off the left hand, bothered by Patterson. The rebound by Woods.
That's a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the back. It didn't hit the rim.
Ball did not hit the rim, so UTC violates the shot clock. 35 seconds now. So the turnover now will give it to East Tennessee State. We go back the other way with 6:03 to go first half.
Anytime you have a shot clock violation like that, you got to praise the defense a little bit. Chattanooga did a pretty good job getting the shots, but they were bothered by the Buccaneers on each possession.
Well, I think you have to credit that guy, Tony Patterson, with bothering the 3 by Hansen. Kept alive by Powell, the rebound to Hansen. And here come the Mocs, and East Tennessee is going through a cold spell. Bourne saves it. Bourne for 3. Yes. Oh, Brandon Bourne.
That's a sweet shot, Randy. He just has a nice stroke and shoots over 50% from the three-point circle. Maybe one of the most underrated basketball players in the league.
Well, I said early in the year he could be the best all-around player in the league, and I'm still not convinced that's not so. Phil Powell with a follow-up. 4-point Moccasin lead. Here come the Mocs. Chad Copeland directing the offense. Bourne to Hanson, offensive foul. They say Trizell Silvers had his feet set.
When you go through like that, you've got to watch for Trizell Silvers because, again, he's one of those players that not only thinks about scoring, but he's going to think about that defensive stop on the other end.
Let's take another look.
We're going to see the ball come inside. That's a pretty good entry. Not a whole lot of challenge right there, but Trizell Silvers is able to set himself very well against, who is that? Is that Woods there? And
Hanson.
Mario Hanson, and he did a good job taking a charge.
Justin McClellan in. Silvers will take the three. Too hard. Way too hard. And the rebound to Hanson. Gary Robb back in the game. He drops it to Hanson. Penetrates. Nice left-hand shot.
Ooh, got a rebound.
Stripped of the ball. 4-on-1.
Oh, he got away with one, Randy.
Shaheed Perkins. Mac McCarthy grinning a little bit. He said he traveled. He may have.
He did. He really did, but he got away with it and did a nice job dumping it back over his shoulder for the slam. 2-point
game. John Oliver fires a three. Missed it. Rebound Silvers. East Tennessee can tie or take the lead with 4:17 to go.
Nice pass. Oh.
And Hanson was right there to take it away.
That would have been a great pass, but the super job of Hanson just stepping in. But Darrell Jones was open for that real split second. The pass was just a hair late.
40-38. Mocs by 2. They've got the ball. 4 minutes to go. First half. Baseline right. Hanson against Silvers. They go down low. Oliver back to Hanson. Nice shot by Mario Hanson. A little left-handed scoop. The lead is 4.
The thing about Chattanooga is so tough for the Buccaneers to play is that they got several players who can dribble penetrate.
Phil Powell hammered and fouled by Lamont Woods, and Powell will get 2 shots.
There's no question about this foul. Allen LaForce is, he's walking a little bit, but that was a pretty good job of putting the ball down near the block. But there's no question about the foul. As you see, the good catch inside, but watch the foul right here as Woods goes up and says, I'm going to get all of this for you.
Trizell Silvers will come out to a nice hand to get a couple of minutes rest. Junior Floyd will check back in. Darrell Jones is in. Mocs by 4, but Powell can cut that in half if he converts here on 2. He got the first one. And Tim Whitlock will check back in for UTC, and he will replace Mario Hanson. Phil Powell, one of several players who play awfully well for East Tennessee coming off the bench. Allen LaForce will use a lot of players. Powell misses this one, but it's saved by Darrell Jones. Jones' shot won't go. Rebound taken away by Lamont Woods, and then there's the foul by Darrell Jones of East Tennessee State.
I was going to comment just now, just as soon as the rebound was able to be caroomed off the glass, they were really attacking that rebounder, and but you saw the foul by Jones.
Time on the floor, 3:28 to go first half. Mocs by 3, and we'll be back right after this. Inbound. You got some information we won't pass along to you about a change in the Bucs schedule due to that cancellation. East Tennessee with a big edge on the board due to the cancellation of the game at Furman a week ago. Mocs lead it by 3. Brandon Bourne off the hands of Phil Powell and out of bounds, and UTC gets it back with 17 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, when you spread the defense like that and you got a player that's dribbling down the seam there, you've got to be able to step in. And that time Phil Powell did a good job of cutting off Brandon Bourne as he was driving down the lane.
Deep pass to Woods. Copeland for 3, in and out. Long rebound by Justin McClellan, and here comes East Tennessee with a chance to tie it with a 3 and 3 minutes to go. Darrell Jones on the right.
Chattanooga in more of aggressive man-to-man right now, especially Patterson not in there.
Floyd didn't get the shot, comes back outside. 12 seconds on the shot clock. McClellan pulls up and fires. Yes, Justin McClellan with a big jumper. It's a 1-point Moc lead.
Got the shot he wanted. They did a good job, good defensive intensity right there as they were trying to steal the inbounds pass, but you know, they showed a lot of patience that time. The Buccaneers got the shot they wanted after showing the patience that I'm sure Alan LaForce was talking to them about out of the break.
Bourne inbounds. Again, it's knocked out of bounds by Justin McClellan.
Got a substitute coming in.
Trezell Silvers returns to the East Tennessee State lineup. The game on January 31st for East Tennessee State will be Furman at home. That's due to the cancellation of the Furman game at Furman. They'll now play at Furman on February 10th. On February 16th, they'll play VMI. Both home games on the 31st and the 16th will be at 7:30. Just bring your ticket for that date. Don't pay any attention to which team is on there. Brandon Bourne lost it out of bounds. It belongs to UT Chattanooga. But good hustle on both teams' part.
And when the ball's on the floor, it's not the kind of ball that you're going to see Brandon get down there and pick up. He's not very strong. And that time, East Tennessee State, the Buccaneers had players to get right down in there and almost tie him up.
Coming up at halftime, Matt Swierad will be chatting with Southern Conference Commissioner Wright Waters, who is here in attendance, as is the supervisor of officials, Jim Birch, who we had a chance to talk to.
And one person who's not here, Randy, that we want to say hello to is a very special person here at East Tennessee State.
John Cathy, longtime sports information director, and he and I go back about 20 years or so. Tells you how old we both are. John is not feeling well, but he's doing much better and is supposed to be at the game Saturday. We want to wish you well, buddy. Wanted to get here in time today to come see you, but maybe we'll see you next time we're up here. John Cathy's put in a lot of years of service and done an excellent job here at East Tennessee State.
East Tennessee State right now showing a little, almost like a matchup zone against Chattanooga, and Chattanooga throws it away. That's kind of throwaway or turnover that really makes coaches, you know, get excited, because there's no way that you should turn the ball over against a zone when you're passing it on the perimeter.
That's one of those unforced turnovers that's really forced. Trezell Silvers gets inside, and East Tennessee's got the lead back at 43-42 with 1:44 to go.
Nice job of penetrating inside, kick inside, and no help for the Moccasins as Trezell's able to nail it.
Chad Copeland, the Mocs go-to guy, gets it back for UTC.
This is a typical East Tennessee UT Chattanooga basketball game. It's going to be fine all the way to the finish.
Justin McClellan somehow just went back door with the ball, created his own play, and got the jam.
And got the crowd in it just a little bit. What a play right there. You know, East Tennessee State has got a lot of points just dunking the basketball.
45-44, East Tennessee State. There's the whistle, the foul away from the ball. It's against UTC.
Moving screen. A lot of times you don't get that call, and I think officials need to really clean up those moving screens like that. But, you know, coaches now are saying, hey, they're not calling it, and they practice that kind of thing. But that time the official was right on it, much to Mac McCarthy's dismay. And Alan LaForce is very happy because now the Buccaneers can build upon the lead going into halftime.
Robert Doggett brings it up. East Tennessee with a 1-point lead in the ball. The foul on Brandon Bourne, who comes out. And a whistle and a foul the other way against East Tennessee State.
Well,
is that a makeup call?
I don't know if you make them up against the home team when, you know, they have the ball, but those two calls were kind of quick.
Well, he's standing right in front of me. Maybe I should ask him. Maybe I shouldn't. Chad Copeland with the ball. East Tennessee by 1, and a steal by Mr. Silvers.
Great anticipation coming from the weak side. He did a good job anticipating the pass, and he was right there to cut off the pass in the lane. Robert Doggett, 22 on the shot clock. Shot clock and the game clock are just about even. They're going to take it all the way down. They'll probably get the last shot of the half for sure. There's about maybe a 1 second differential. Yeah, they want the lead at halftime regardless. Doggett penetrates, drives, 4 seconds. Oh. Tipped up, no good. Tipped again by Darrell Jones. Mario Hansen launches an 80-footer. It's short, and East Tennessee State has a 3-point lead at intermission. If the next 20 minutes is good as the first 20 minutes, we're in for a dandy.
Bucks by 4 at halftime, and we'll be back in just a moment. Time, it's a 3-point East Tennessee State lead over UT Chattanooga. Here at Johnson City, still 20 minutes left. We're back. It's a 3-point lead over as East Tennessee leads UT Chattanooga 47-44. And let's take a look at the first half stats, the Pizza Hut statistics in the first half. 58% for UTC, 61% for East Tennessee State. Ron, not a lot of defense.
Well, the reason why East Tennessee State shot so well, Randy, because most of their shots came on the blocks. But look at the rebounding. That's the thing we said at the top of the program they had to do. They rebounded well with the turnovers. UTC has turned the ball over 10 times, so East Tennessee State is doing fairly well on the defensive end.
Leading scorers in the game. Hanson stepped out of bounds. East Tennessee gets it back. Leading scorers in the first half. Brandon Bourne leading UTC with 15. Chad Copeland had 10 for East Tennessee State. Tony Patterson with 15 in the first half. And Trezell Silvers had a dozen.
So you had guards for Chattanooga against inside people for East Tennessee State, which tells you something about the strategy of the clinic. Look at Allen there. That's my man Allen, the clock keeper.
Got the ball. Boy, he had good hands, didn't he?
I saw him play in college. He didn't have good hands, but he stopped that one. He's been around here a long time here in Johnson City, and a big key to these Buccaneer programs.
Again, they go to Patterson. They play that inside-out game. Tony Patterson at 6'9", posting up against Hanson at 6'5". Patterson falls away and nails it. Patterson's got 17. The Bucks have their biggest lead of the game now at 5.
I'll tell you, Chattanooga really brings out the best in Tony Patterson.
Chad Copeland to Hanson. Lamont Woods. Gary Robb, who's really struggling for UTC with the ball now. Copeland, too hard. Rebound by Silvers. Patterson's got it. Corey Johnson, no good.
Look at
Patterson is there. He's hammered and fouled, and he'll get 2 shots.
But on the other end, with the guard shooting the ball, Chad Copeland shooting the ball, it's interesting to see who is beating all the moccasins down the floor. Tony Patterson, you're going to see him get the rebound and the foul right here, but he really impressed me that time, running the floor, getting up and down from the defensive end to the offensive end very quickly.
Patterson, as we told you, not a good foul shooter on the year, but he has 17 points on the ball game and misses the first here. He can get 18 if he hits the second. Still interesting to see that Jeff Herman has not been in the game and for East Tennessee State. He did not play at all. Of course, he missed a team breakfast meeting on Tuesday. Patterson missed a pair. Rebound by UTC's Mario Hansen, and here come the Moccasins. Lamont Woods. Shooting, forced the shot. Patterson got the rebound. East Tennessee quickly. Corey Johnson. Rejected by Bourne. Darrell Jones missed the layup. And then fouled going after the loose ball.
And that's a second foul that Darrell has had because of going after loose balls after he misses his shot. But look at the block right here. Brandon Bourne is able to block the shot on the penetration drive. And Darrell Jones should have been able to finish it off, but he didn't. In frustration, he fouled.
Corey Johnson at 5'9", Brandon Bourne at 6'8", almost a foot difference, and Bourne won that battle. Three-pointer, no good. Long rebound control by Trezell Silvers.
And Randy, that was Darrell Jones' third foul, so you just wonder how he's going to play right now with 3.
Inside Patterson again. Nobody can stop Tony Patterson. He's got 19.
The only way they can stop him is to foul him because he doesn't shoot the free throws, but everything else he's shooting very well tonight.
Bucks by 7, 51-44, and a steal. Silvers just took it away from Hanson.
Hello. There's your player of the year as far as I'm concerned if you're talking about an all-defensive team. Trezell Silvers, boy, he can play it.
He's talking a little trash, too, to Hanson.
Oh, he's having a little fun out there right now.
A holding foul against Corey Johnson. And Chad Copeland, well, there's no shot. They'll play it in. Let's take a look at the steal by Silvers.
He just reaches in. Let's see, right here with the right hand, and he goes coast to coast and almost got tripped. The referees let him finish it for the jam. And look at the smile. He's pointing to his girlfriend, Randy.
Trezell Silvers with the steal and the jam. This game is very, very important now for some folks just over the mountain in Boone, because the Appalachian State Mountaineers beat Western Carolina tonight, 71-66. They want East Tennessee to win, because if they do, they'll be tied for first place with UTC.
Isn't this going to be a great conference tournament this year, though?
Oh, best I've seen in years, the matchups. And I've been doing the conference tournament. Now, this will be my 13th year. I've seen some great tournaments, but this could be the best coming in.
I'll tell you, there are at least 5 teams in this conference that could win that tournament, and the Buccaneers will be right in the thick of it.
Not a good pass by Robert Doggett. Threw it away right into the hands of a group of moccasins. Here come UTC now. They're down 9.
Well, their strategy is to push the ball, and that time you get a mistake when you really want to get the moccasins in a full-court game.
Gary Robb off balance, missed the shot. Lamont Woods is there for the follow, and it's a 7-point game. Gary Robb just is not playing with confidence for UTC.
Well, he's not playing well, and he knows that. And, you know, Mac McCarthy just wants to see him play on through and hopefully play out of that. The reason why the last shot for Chattanooga was so easy on the offensive glass is because Tony Patterson came over to help out, and when he came to help, that just left the other side of the goal open for the easy bucket for Chattanooga.
Tony Patterson gets the personal foul. He's got 2. And Darrell Jones has 3. That could be a factor down the stretch in this basketball game for East Tennessee State. UTC down 7. They've got the ball with 16:40 to go in the ball game.
Ooh, that's a bad foul. That is a very, very bad foul by Tony Patterson.
You don't need your big man out guarding, double-teaming Copeland, and with a foul like that, when you got to have him down underneath, that's 3 fouls on Patterson. He's got to come out.
Well, you want to jump in and show yourself to cut the drive off the screen, but you don't want to reach in and get a foul like that so far away from the basket, especially against a point guard when you're 6'9". But that's a bad foul for Tony Patterson to have to sit down for some minutes on.
Patterson's on the bench with 19. Copeland off balance, missed the shot, but he'll draw 2 shots on the foul by Corey Johnson.
You know, Randy, in the first half, the officials called a total of 11 fouls. A total of 11 fouls, and now it seems like in the first 5 minutes, they were really blowing the whistle a lot.
Let's take another look as Corey Johnson gets the foul. Copeland might have gotten away with a little push there. Let's watch.
Well, Chad really does a good job, I should say, of when he feels a little contact, he will go ahead and push himself into that and hopefully pick up the chance to go to free throw line. He probably does that as well as anybody in the league. And when he shoots the free throws, it's automatic.
Checking into the game for East Tennessee State is Jeff Herman, who played at Tyner High School in Chattanooga. Jeff was a first-team All-Stater at Tyner. Played for Jim Dillard at Tyner. Copeland, perfect, 2 for 2. It's a 5-point game now, 53-48.
Be interesting to see now with Herman in the game if they become a perimeter shooting team. I think Jeff needs to be able to get himself a little playing time, get up a little sweat before he puts the ball up.
Robert Doggett, nice running one-hander by Doggett. And again, UTC not doing a really good job of playing defense.
Well, they're not a very good defensive team, and they don't have that stopper on the defensive end. Ooh, that's a travel or something.
Robb saved it to Lamont Woods with a nice shot along the baseline. Nice touch. Jeff Herman with the ball right side. It's a 5-point game, 55-50.
Nice pass.
Phil Powell is hammered by Henson, and he'll get 2 shots. As the Moccasins tumble to the floor, Bourne and Henson go tumbling, and it'll be Powell at the line for 2.
Oh, you love to see the dribble penetration and the help coming for Chattanooga. Good dribble penetration right now, and he comes right in and dumps it off, and Chattanooga has to foul because if they don't, it's an automatic 2.
East Tennessee State in the first half, pretty much the way they've been all year, not shooting well at the free throw line. The Buccaneers were 2 of 6, 33%. But Phil Powell, among a couple of different Bucks who are playing well off the bench, and he hits this one. It's a 6-point game.
I think that's one of the things that's really created a lot of problems for Allen this year. Allen LaForce of the Buccaneers is they have so many players. They might be one of the deepest teams in the league, but the chemistry and who to play and who's playing well and everything is really a difficult match for him.
Trezell Silvers nullifies that free throw because he stepped into the lane too quickly. We're going to take a timeout. 15:46 to go in the ball game. East Tennessee leads it by 6, and the Mocs have the ball when we come back. February 16th home game against VMI. Both home games on the 31st of January and February 16th at 7:30. If you have a ticket, just look at the date of your ticket to tell. The February 10th Furman game will be honored on the 16th. Lamont Woods has his shot rejected by Justin McClellan.
You know, Randy, we said at the top of the game that East Tennessee State had to rebound, and they also had to shoot the ball well. We should begin coaching again, you know, because that's exactly what they've done, and that's the difference in the game. They're beating the Mocs badly on the boards, and they're also hitting the open shots.
Brandon Bourne drains an NBA three, and it's a three-point game. Ooh, Brandon Bourne took a tremendous tumble breaking up that pass. I hope he's all right. Let's take a look. Boy, he just drained that three and then got back quickly on defense.
He did a good job extending himself because he, you know, if he doesn't do that, then there's a catch and perhaps a layup on the other end. That's a good job when you're going to see. Look at his three-pointer. Yeah, you're right. He's exactly behind that, what would be a three-point arc right there, and he nails it. He's one of the fine shooters in the country. 55% from the three-point circle.
He's got a cut, so he's got to come out. That's the second moccasin that's gone out with a cut. I think Brandon Bourne's got a career in the NBA. A 6'8" kid that can shoot like that.
Well, you know, I think the one thing he really lacks is he lacks that strength, because if you go to the NBA, you can not only, you got to be able to shoot the ball, but you're going to have to guard somebody on the other end too. They don't play any zones in the NBA, and Brandon really needs to bulk up a little more.
Jeff Herman in the ball game for East Tennessee State. It's a three-point game. Tapped out of bounds. Touched last by UTC. The Bucks get it back with 13 seconds on the shot clock. He took a pretty big tumble there. He's got a scrape on the elbow and cut on the hand. Robert Doggett takes the inbound.
Chattanooga in a little matchup zone right now, and they're going to have to hit. Maybe Herman will hit me. Oh, that's a bad fall. Whoa.
Chad Copeland gets the foul as he went after Jeff Herman.
Max laughing at that, but I tell you what, Jeff Herman did a great job on this fake. We'll see it probably, but he had Copeland way up thinking he was going to shoot that three-pointer.
Let's take a look. Watch the fake here. What a good one.
Look at that. Ooh. He thought he was going up, and look at Chad. It's almost a takedown like in wrestling.
Herman for three. Jeff Herman gets in a rhythm. They're in trouble.
Well, he's a fine shooter. Average, 17 points a game at Austin Peay, and just a great shooter. We've seen him play a long time.
First 3 points of the night for Jeff Herman. Gary Robb brings it up again. The Bucks lead is 6, 14:36 to go. Robb's pass out of bounds, touched last by East Tennessee. And look at the Bucks scramble for that ball.
It's good to see rotation on the defensive end as Robb was able to penetrate that time. Silvers and several players were moving to the ball and were able to deflect it out of bounds.
Inbounds to Chad Copeland. Mocs with the ball. Copeland penetrates, drops it to Lamont Woods off the left hand. Sweet shot won't go. Scramble. Tim Whitlock gets it. Here's Woods. Hanson. Nice ball movement and passing by UTC, and it's a 4-point game.
Herman.
A three. Jeff Herman.
He finally made it. He'll be at breakfast in the morning, I'll guarantee you.
Jeff Herman, who is from Chattanooga, really looking forward to this one. There's a trip by Doggett and the foul against UTC's Gary Robb.
Randy, what's really got to make Allen LaForce happy right now is with Patterson on the bench with the 3 fouls. You know, they were going to him the whole game. You got to go to the perimeter sometime during the game. And with Herman coming in off the bench, and you know, it's awfully hard to sit there for 20 minutes and then come in and hit that first shot. But he hit not only his first shot, but his second rainbow also.
Appalachian State has already won as Woods takes the deep pass for UTC. A three by Bourne. In and out. Nice pass. Woods to Henson. Lamont Woods with a heads-up play for UTC.
That's a great rebound pass. Give that a super assist by Lamont Woods.
Along the baseline, Silvers a charge on Trezell Silvers, and credit a good job by Mario Hansen drawing the foul.
You know what? I'm coming down there. I'm looking at Jeff Herman. I'm somehow, as you see the play right here, Trezell just tries to take it a little too far, trying to pressure, you know, and push something that's not there. But I'm telling you, I'm coming down. I'm going to get that ball inside, as you see right here, to play from another angle. But I'm going to get that ball inside, and I'm going to kick it back out, and I'm going to find Jeff Herman.
Woods off the left hand. He got it. 62-59. Three-point game. Mocs coming back. They've scored 4 straight.
You know what? They got a little taller player right now on Herman. They had Copeland on him, and now they have Woods at 6'4".
Justin McClellan with a fake. All the way in. Missed the shot. Fight for that ball. It's taken away by Henson. And UTC up the floor again, and a chance to tie with a 3 or cut it to 1. Woods. Left-hander, but Bourne is there. And it's a 1-point game. The Mocs are on a 6-0 run with 12:56 to go.
Now they need to take a little time right now and, you know, at least get a good shot right here.
Herman for 3. No good.
Nice.
Tip by Powell. Again the follow. Look at Phil Powell. He's finally fouled by Hansen. Tremendous effort by Powell for East Tennessee State.
You know what's amazing about that is he didn't have the defense, he didn't have the rebounding position in there. He was just out jumping people inside to get those 2 rebounds and a chance for the free throws. You're going to see him right now. Look, he's blocked out right there, and he just goes up over Hansen, and there's the foul. And Bourne looks like, who, me?
Little reach in, nothing big, but he got the foul.
And that's his 3rd foul too, and that's a critical situation for Mac McCarthy. You can't have him. You can't afford to have him pick up his 4th very quickly now.
Powell makes the first. 7 points, 3 rebounds now for Phil, or 5 rebounds for Phil Powell. 2 of them came on that exchange just a moment ago. He'll get another one. Got it.
Excuse me, I'm looking to see Patterson come in at about the 10-minute mark, and that'll be 2 minutes and 30 seconds away.
Well, he's got Silvers, Doggett, and Patterson all on the bench right now. 3 of his top 4 scorers. And they're still maintaining a lead of 3. Copeland.
Good defense.
Copeland foul. Oh, he nailed a 3 off the glass. Oh, my.
Yeah, and foul on top of that, so it's a chance for a 4-point play. But that's the kind of thing you got to always be conscious of, as you see right here. Good defense. He doesn't have anybody to pass the ball to because the Buccaneers are doing a good job on defensive end, but Chad forces it up right there. And if he doesn't shoot that ball, it's going to be a 5-second count.
Big break for UTC, and the same guy that hit the 3 that looked a lot like that, except the fact that it didn't go in the glass. It was kind of a line drive against the Citadel. Gives UTC the lead. And we have, for the 14th time in this game, seen the lead change hands. Mocs by a point with 12:14 to go.
Well, you know what? Chattanooga hasn't been playing well recently. They had to come behind in every game, but somehow they just play well enough at the end to be able to win.
McClellan missed the shot. Rebound, Brandon Bourne. And the steal by Junior Floyd. Floyd in front, missed the shot. Again, Bourne gets the rebound. You may say Brandon Bourne doesn't have a lot of body strength, but he got in and mixed it up pretty good right there.
I will say he gets a lot for what he has to work with.
UTC by a point. They've trailed this entire half until a 4-point play by Chad Copeland put them in front.
I will say this about Brennan. He gained about 20 pounds over the summer, if you can believe that.
Copeland misses. The rebound to Phil Powell. East Tennessee wants to run. They hold up. Shaheed Perkins has got it.
Jeff Herman hasn't touched the ball lately.
Well, Copeland's on him.
Chattanooga's switching up defensive players, and they're keeping a fresh man on him all the time.
Whistle, and a foul against Tim Whitlock of UT Chattanooga. Away from the ball.
And Tony Patterson's going to check into the game, and we missed it by about a minute. We're
going to take a break. 11:09 to go in the basketball game. Mocs by a point. We'll be back right after this. One-point lead. Now watch Chad Copeland. He picks up his dribble.
2, 3, 4. Oh, he just barely got it off. But that was almost a 5-second count. And you got to remember the rule change has to do with the dribbling.
Right,
and,
that's right.
You know, there is no 5-second count on a dribbling, but when you pick the ball up and you're closely guarded, you can get a 5-second count, and that was very close to being one.
Not only did he beat that barely, but he beat the shot clock barely and got 4 points out of it. Big play for UTC. Phil Powell with a jam.
Oh.
He went backdoor, and credit Tony Patterson with the assist.
What a great assist against the zone. Good play, out of bounds call by Coach LaForce.
Chad Copeland, coast to coast. Copeland is red hot right now. UTC's got the lead. Loose ball picked up by Gary Robb. He's going up against Herman. Robb with a layup. UTC by 3 with 10:35 to go. Perkins, jumper good by Perkins. Just inside the 3-foot arc. It's a 1-point game.
Randy, it's going to really be interesting to see at the 10-minute mark how these Buccaneers really react to this run that Chattanooga has made and taking the lead, because, you know, with the players that aren't experienced as well as the Buccaneers are this year, still trying to find that chemistry to see if they panic in this situation.
A 3 by Hansen. He may have forced it. Long rebound by Bourne. Nice soft touch. Missed the shot. Patterson with a rebound. And then there's the foul on Mario Hansen of UT Chattanooga.
Be really nice and neat just to see if you're going to see right here as Patterson goes up, gets a rebound. Got a little push right there, but the foul on Hansen as he grabs the arm of Patterson as he gets the rebound. It's really going to be interesting, though, as I stated, to watch how the Buccaneers react at home against what is the preseason conference regular season prediction to be the champion. How they react to this lead change that Chattanooga has taken.
East Tennessee down by a point with just under 10 minutes to go, 9:58, and the Bucks can regain the lead, and they'll come up the floor looking at a moccasin man-to-man. But Tim Whitlock gets called for the foul away from the ball.
Well, we're having some funny fouls called.
And that's number 7 against UTC, I believe, and yes, it is. So both teams now in the 1 in bonus.
And that's a lot of time. Almost 10 minutes left, and that'll mean this game's going to be stretched out a little bit. But both teams in the bonus for this amount of time is going to be maybe a situation, Randy, that could be a factor in the game because the Buccaneers really struggle at the free throw line.
19 points for Tony Patterson, 15 in the first half. That one came out on it. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1, and again, the Bucks really struggling at the line. Gary Robb spinning against Patterson. Nice shot, but Patterson gets the board for East Tennessee State. Again, the Bucks can take the lead if they hit. A whistle and a foul against UTC. You have to look at the fact that East Tennessee has been very dominant inside and on the boards, but that probably would not be the case if Roger Smith were in the ballgame. That was a big loss for this UTC basketball team.
Well, it definitely affects the way that both teams play, and I know that could be the reason why Chattanooga is a decided underdog right now on the glass.
Phil Powell has played well, comes out of the lineup for East Tennessee State. Justin McClellan back in. Again, the Bucks missed the free throw. Patterson fights for the rebound. Who gets it? It's off the hands of East Tennessee State.
I don't know how in the world the official there missed that. That situation was right in front of him.
Inbounds it comes to Copeland. Mocs by 1, 9:30 to go. And whistle on a blocking foul against Robert Doggett.
Well, that's a good call because he's no way he's cut Copeland off there. But look at Doggett. He's got the bandage there, and there's been more blood in this game than I've seen in a basketball game in quite a number of years.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything else between these two, would you?
Well, we wouldn't say it was bad blood, though, would we?
No. Chad Copeland will go to the line with a 1-and-1 for UT Chattanooga. Copeland on the night has missed one. He missed one of his first 2, but has sent 3 in a row since then.
But again, here's as you see, Alan LaForce having a pretty good little conversation there with the official. Mike Wood. But here's one of the few players that I've seen in Division I basketball that, as you're going to see right now, that's a good call by the official, because you got to be set, and Copeland is forced out of bounds. He's the only player that I know that every time he shoots a free throw, his teammates don't get on the line, but he's missed 2 tonight.
That one goes out of bounds.
Oh, boy. Copeland is the only player on this end of the floor, and East Tennessee State gets the rebound, and then they throw it away. And that's what causes coaches a lot of sleepless nights.
They're not going to get too many opportunities when Chad Copeland misses the front end of a 1-and-1 to get the ball, and they blew that one. Still a lot of time left, 9:28 left in the ball game. A 1-point UTC lead. Inbounds again, the Mocs throw it away this time, but it's saved by Lamont Woods.
All of a sudden, this game's getting a little ugly. It's like, who wants the game here?
I guarantee you they both want it. First place on the line, or at least a tie in the loss column for first place for East Tennessee, who's had a game canceled due to bad weather. Silvers almost went for the steal, thought better of it. UTC being very patient in the half court. Whitlock's baseline jumper, a good shot by Whitlock, who's played well off the bench for Mac McCarthy, and again it's a 3-point UTC lead.
Tony Patterson went for the steal that time, and when he didn't come up with it, that made Whitlock wide open.
Patterson is red hot. He's got 21 as he turns and fires and hits.
He has really had a great game tonight. That's a charge, no call.
Brandon Bourne off the glass, missed it. Long rebound to Doggett. Bucks can take the lead with 8.5 minutes. Doggett. Ooh, count it. And the foul. The blocking foul against Gary Robb of UTC.
Robb picks up the foul too far underneath the glass. That's a pretty good drive that time by Doggett. You're going to see he's going to take it all the way. And Robb is there, but he's too far underneath the goal, and the officials are going to call that. That was a close call. You're going to see it from another angle from up top. Good job driving, and yes, he is moving, so that's a good call by the official.
Gary Robb is really TC basketball team. A good player, preseason player of the year. We talked about this coming in, but he is just not playing real well. Robert Doggett with 9 has a chance to convert a 3-point play. East Tennessee has taken the lead. 3 points for Doggett on that trip. Bucks by 2, and we have had now 17 lead changes in this game. We still have 8:20 to go. UTC with the ball. Robb bounces to Bourne inside, missed the shot. Patterson got the rebound. Patterson really backed off, didn't want to foul him, and then Bourne didn't get the shot to go down. Trezell Silvers with the ball. A fake, a shot, missed it. Kept alive. Out of bounds it goes. It belongs to East Tennessee State with 7:51 to go. And we're going to take a timeout. There's a time on the floor. 7:51 left in this ball game. It's been a great one, and it's not over yet. Bucks by 2, and we'll be back. Well, we're back. We still got a lot of time left in this one. East Tennessee with a 2-point lead after the Mocs had fought from 6 down on that 4-point play by Chad Copeland to take the lead. And now East Tennessee has regained it, and they've got the ball with 7:51 to go. There's Mac McCarthy, who won his 175th game at UTC this past week, actually Monday night against the Citadel at home. That one was tough, and if he wins his 176 here tonight, it's going to be equally as tough.
He gets worse. He has to go on the road from here. He goes over to, Davidson, and they are always tough on Chattanooga.
Shaheed Perkins with the ball. Doggett with a fake.
Marcuson's in a zone.
Doggett. Jump ball. And it belongs to UTC on possession.
Well, he did what you have to do. Doggett did a good job penetrating there, but Chad Copeland reached in, and the official says he got his hands on the ball for the jump.
And a steal. East Tennessee got it, but Copeland picks up the loose basketball. UTC can tie it or regain the lead if they hit here.
with both teams being a 1-1, now you got to watch for Chad Copeland try to take over, because he'll love to draw fouls and get to the free throw line.
Copeland against Doggett. Shot no good. Patterson with a rebound. Here comes East Tennessee State with a 2-point lead. Boy, Copeland's just everywhere, isn't he?
He's a good player.
And a steal. Doggett got it back. Shaheed Perkins in the ballgame. Perkins
nice dribble.
Dishes. Patterson with a layup. Patterson's got 23. That was a big-time play by Tony Patterson along the baseline.
Well, and it was created by the dribble penetration, the good penetration in the lane, and the defense had to come to him, and that made Tony Patterson wide open for the layup.
Copeland with the basketball for UTC. Mocs trail by 4. Here's Bourne, who's been their go-to guy this game. Bourne off balance. He's hammered by McClellan, and Bourne will get 2 shots, as that will be 10 fouls now in East Tennessee State. That'll put him in the 2-shot bonus, and the next one against UTC will put the Bucks in the 2-shot.
Well, I'll tell you, I might not be very smart at this game, but you watch this. You will see the ball in the hands of 2 Moccasins most of the rest of the way. It'll be Chad Copeland, and it will be Brandon Bourne, because both these players are excellent free throw shooters, are good offensive players, and they know how to draw fouls.
As a team, UTC, one of the best free throw shooting teams around it, just under 74%.
That's because you got 2 players like Bourne and Copeland who are shooting 75% almost of the free throws, and they're 91 and 87%, so they make them look good. Allen looks like he's praying. It's Wednesday night, and he said, I should have been at church here for a little while.
3-point lead. Bourne can make it a 2-point game. He does. He bounced it in. 75-73.
Tell you, the Bucks have really played well here against this team, though. Chattanooga is, preseason favorite to win the conference outright, and the Bucks have battled them all the way, even answered the little runs that Chattanooga gave them.
On the other hand, East Tennessee State's got their best foul shooter in the game now. That's Jeff Herman.
Yes.
Herman's in the game, but Tony Patterson will be at the line with 2 shots for East Tennessee State as he's fouled. Patterson now with 23.
Well, you're going to see a good pass inside. Tony gets the ball just a few feet away in the reach-in foul, and now he needs to step to that line, and he needs to nail this first free throw.
Tony Patterson, 1 out of 5 from the line. He hits those other 4, he'd have 27. He hits that one, and a nice touch by Patterson. The lead is 3 again for the Bucks with 6:11 to go.
You got 2 shots. You hit that first one. That second one, it seems like it's a little easier, but he shoots it a little hard and long.
3-point game. UTC can tie with a 3 or cut it to 1. Lamont Woods brings it up against Trezell Silvers. 6 minutes to go. Bourne with a nice fake into 3. He missed it. Whitlock gets the rebound. Whitlock, nice shot by Tim Whitlock, and it's a 1-point game.
Well, that's a real good soft touch by the inside man. Brandon Bourne has really nice range on his jumper, Randy. He can really stroke it.
East Tennessee with the ball in a 1-point lead, 5.5 minutes to go. Patterson with 24 points on the game. He's been their big man. Silvers hasn't scored a lot of points this half, but he's played great defense as he always does. Herman with 7 seconds. Missed the shot.
Good
rebound by Robert Doggett, who followed it up again. And again, East Tennessee State getting that second and third shot.
They really pounded the boards tonight against Chattanooga. They really done a good job, and that's what we said they had to do as a key to the game before the game started, and they have really answered the call.
Tim Whitlock with the ball, and with Roger Smith's injury is a near steal. And then Herman takes it out of there.
They got a finish on this one.
Herman got it. Rob didn't want to foul him. Trezell Silvers helped make that shot by being a decoy, and the Bucks lead by 5 again. 4.5 minutes to go. And a timeout. UTC wants a timeout. Bucks by 5. They've got the crowd behind them here in Johnson City. And we'll be back right after this.
Well, you're going to see right here, the reach in, and Bourne has a hard time coming up with it, but the steal by Herman, he's going to go all the way. And Randy, I'll tell you, he's going to look that ball over to Silvers on his right side right here and freezes the defensive player, and then he's able to finish with the layup. Good deep little look over there to Silvers, and that froze Gary Robb.
A lot of time left for anything to happen. 4:35 to go in the ball game. The Mocs have the ball down 5, and with Chad Copeland and Brandon Bourne in the lineup, that lead might not last a whole lot of time. And UTC looking at a zone now by East Tennessee State.
You got to remember now that you got a point guard out there in Robb who's got 2 wings who can really shoot to 3, and so the zone is going to have to, be extended a little more.
Gary Robb with the ball between the circles. UTC down to 4 on the shot clock. An NBA 3 by Copeland misses. Lamont Woods gets the rebound, so UTC will re-crank it. 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
And that's one thing sometimes you get out of a zone is because, you don't have those blockout responsibilities, and that long shot creates a long rebound, and the Moccasins come away with it.
East Tennessee extended that zone pretty well that time because that 3 by Copeland was about 3 feet beyond the arc. Offensive foul against Lamont Woods of UT Chattanooga. And Trezell Silvers will get 2 shots on the other end as both teams in the 2-shot bonus.
And really, that's not a very good foul because you're against the zone, but that kind of foul that's created by these officials who tonight are doing a good job calling the moving screens.
3:42 to go. Trezell Silvers with a big trip to the line for East Tennessee State. And he got it.
Nice, soft shot. Trezell with a nice grin on the face, and he showed a little bit of confidence right there in that free throw shooting. Had a steady game tonight with the 15 points.
3 of them coming in this half. Missed it. Tony Patterson kept it alive as a scramble, and Phil Powell's got it. And the jump ball goes to East Tennessee State.
Begin to think about using a little bit of clock right now, and making sure you use a lot of time in getting the shots that you want. And you got Tony Patterson out there that they need to get the ball to on the block. Oh, what a play. Did you see that? He bounces the ball off of the back side of a moccasin, and a good heads-up play by the out-of-bounds man, and he's able to score the layup.
8-point game for the Bucks. Mocs in trouble now. Gary Robb. That's what Gary Robb needs to do for this basketball team, but that's the first time we've seen him do it tonight. 3:18 to go. East Tennessee looking to maybe milk a little clock here. Then again, they might not.
Looks like a matchup zone that Chattanooga's playing right now defensively.
Trezell Silvers gets the shot back. It's an 8-point game again. We're under the 3-minute mark in Johnson City. A 3 by Robb. Too hard. Patterson way up to get the rebound.
That's not the player that Mac McCarthy wants shooting the 3. But East Tennessee State maybe is going to back away and protect the wings in Copeland and Bourne and give Gary Robb that 3-point shot.
2:36. East Tennessee in control right now. There's the trap. Patterson gives it back to Trezell Silvers. What a play by Patterson and Silvers. It's a 10-point lead for East Tennessee, their biggest.
That's a great little give and go against the zone that time, and a good pass for Patterson.
Bourne for 3. Bang! He hit it. Brandon Bourne. What a touch. 7-point game.
I'm not so sure I wouldn't run a little triangle, too. Those 2 players out there can hit those 3.
East Tennessee again dominating that board play. Finally on the 4th attempt, Lamont Woods gets the ball. Mocs still in it. Under 2 minutes. Board's wide open for a 3. Missed it. Silvers with a rebound.
They need to take some time off the clock. With a 7-point lead in 1:45, they need to be very patient on this offensive end. They're going to get a timeout.
And East Tennessee State wants time. 1:41 to go in the ball game. It's a 7-point East Tennessee State lead. And we'll be back to Memorial Center in a moment. 7-point game for East Tennessee State with 1:41 to go. It's not over yet the way this UTC team can shoot the threes, but the Bucks are at least on the comfortable side of that score. And Mac McCarthy, team continues to struggle a little bit without the 6'11 center Roger Smith that we talked about. Appalachian State has already won 71-66 over Western Carolina. So in the morning, if the score holds up, App State and UTC will be tied for first, and the Bucks will be only a game out. Look at the rebounds. A big edge, 8-rebound edge for East Tennessee State in this ball game.
Got to be pleased with the two of the things. They've shot the ball well, and they've rebounded well. They played with a lot of confidence, and they haven't reached that point in the game, Randy, where they really panicked, because when Chattanooga on Chad Copeland's 4-point play took that lead, you know, they could have folded right there, but they stayed with it, and they fought back, and they've really played a wonderful game here tonight in Johnson City.
The Citadel has beaten Furman 65-64, Davidson 69-67 over Georgia Southern. UTC playing the percentages here, putting East Tennessee State on the line where they only hit 59%. Doggett on the year hits 59%, but he hits the first of two.
Well, they're not only playing the percentages, but you can think that Chattanooga is going to be coming down, launching threes, and playing the old 3-for-2 game.
Mocs also have a couple of timeouts left this half. Doggett got 2 out of 2. 8-point game, 88-80. Here's Copeland. Hansen for 3 off the left hand. Short. Hansen with great hustle got it back. Bourne posting up. Great feed from Bourne to Hansen for the jam. It's 89-82. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah, they need to foul quickly. Chattanooga is going to be fouling quickly and putting the Buccaneers on the line. You know, Randy, I go back, I look at that inbounds play underneath the basket when the Buccaneers threw it off the back of Chattanooga, and they were able to get that thing and put it in. That was a big, big play in this last 5 minutes.
7-point game with 75 seconds left. Robert Doggett, who just hit 2 big free throws, will have another shot at it.
He's 3 for 3 from the line, and so, you know, oops, we jinxed him right there, but you want to see a player who's able to stroke those other two, get the ball in his hands, because Chattanooga is going to foul on every possession. East Tennessee State is going to be shooting a lot of free throws down the last minute and 15.
There's John Oliver, just came out of the ball game. Oliver might be the guy you want in there to shoot the threes for UTC. Even though he's only a freshman, he's a great shooter. Doggett trying to salvage this trip. He does, as he gets the second of 2, and it's an 8-point lead, 90-82. Quickly, UTC into the front court. Brandon Bourne rejected beautifully by Phil Powell. Here comes East Tennessee. We got a minute left.
We got numbers. Pull it out. That's a good, smart play. Real good, smart play.
East Tennessee in control here. And then there's the foul by Gary Robb with 55.9 ticks of the clock left.
That's a great job by Herman, Randy, on the break. They had the numbers, but, you know, right now, a bucket doesn't mean that much as the clock, and they got to play the time off the clock, and that was a very, very good play by Jeff Herman to pull it back out. Only if they're able to successfully hit the free throws.
These same 2 teams will meet a week from Saturday in Chattanooga. It's going to be a dandy.
Chattanooga's played a lot of games already at home. They got to go to some big places, like they have to go to Marshall, they have to go to Davidson. I think they still have to go to Western Carolina, Georgia Southern. They've already played a majority of their games at home.
Doggett will get another. Got it. That ought to just about do it. It's a 10-point lead, 52 seconds. Gary Robb drives all the way. East Tennessee didn't want to foul him.
Oh,
a steal. No, they wave it off.
Foot was on the line, but Mac McCarthy is very, very excited about this call.
8-point game, 48.5 seconds. East Tennessee will get the ball. Silvers inbounds to Jeff Herman. And Silvers just blows by everybody. Can't catch him to foul it.
They got to foul him. There's 3 moccasins there, and they didn't foul him. They let him go too far without fouling. They let him get out of the backcourt trap, and I'm sure Coach McCarthy's not happy about that. But Silvers did a good job just keeping the dribble alive and just taking it down to make sure, you know, he kills some clock.
There's a good shot at Allen LaForce, whose team in control of this one right now with 41.2 ticks of the clock left. 8-point game. And East Tennessee calls a timeout. And we'll keep this timeout here at Memorial Center as we play out the string of a East Tennessee victory, it looks like, at this point, that would give the Bucs a 5-2 conference win, or 5-2 conference mark, and an 8-10 overall record. You know, you have to think back a little bit. When this team was really struggling, these coaches felt like it would benefit them down the stretch to play the tough competition they played in the first half of the year. The Michigan States, the Xaviers, New Mexico States, the teams they played. UTC's played some tough teams too. Probably 2 tougher teams than East Tennessee played, but the Bucs played probably more of them in the preseason.
You're exactly right, and most of their losses came at the hands of those people. I was talking to Coach LaForce before the game, and he said, really, we were in all those games. Maybe the only game that we lost that perhaps we should have would have been SMU.
Well, it's time to take a look now at our Budweiser player of the game, and it's no less than Tony Patterson, who has had a super game for the Bucs. Patterson right now officially with 24 points and 11 rebounds. He's played one of the best games I've seen him play ever. Probably as good as the one he played last year against UTC when the Bucs won here. He had 32 a week ago in that game at BMI, so this young man really playing well.
Well, you saw Chattanooga come out tonight against this Buccaneer team, and the Buccaneers said early, hey, we're going to push the ball up and down the floor. We're going to make you play a 94-feet game. And they also established the fact that they were going to get the ball in Tony's hands early, and he scored almost every time down the floor the first 5 minutes.
92-84. Trezell Silvers at the line with 2 shots. He got it. 93-84. It's a 4-possession game for UTC if East Tennessee doesn't score at all the rest of the way. He missed it. Look at Phil Powell continue to keep that ball going. UTC gets the rebound. 35 seconds. Gary Robb missed it. Rebound Hansen, foul by Philip Powell, and with 29.2 seconds, UTC goes to the line with 2 shots. Mac McCarthy still letting the officials have it. At the line, Mario Hansen, the left-hander, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, 6'5", 230, good-looking player, hits the first. 93-85, it's an 8-point game as Hansen hits the first. Hansen misses this one. Silvers with a rebound, and that'll just about ice the victory cake for East Tennessee State.
Well, they're not going to foul, so it almost looks like they're just going to run it down and play it on out.
Herman will hold the ball. 11 seconds. You see the time remaining, and East Tennessee State is going to pull even with the Mocs in the loss column in the Southern Conference standings. 93-85. That's the way she's going to end up here in Johnson City. A big win for East Tennessee State's Buccaneers as they beat league-leading UTC 93-85. Your final again, East Tennessee State a winner, 93-85. They go to 5-2. The Mocs are 7-2 and tied with App State. For Ron Bishop, I'm Randy Smith. Good night, everybody.